My name is Alexa Nimchuk, and I'm a teacher at our collegiate campus. I've been teaching at Calvin Christian for 6 years. My first year was done at the elementary campus, teaching a variety of courses. And then I've been at the collegiate campus for the last 5 years, mainly teaching grade 7 and 8 science and grade 8 math.
My name is Tim Taves. I'm an art teacher here at Calvin Christian Collegiate and have been for 26 years.
My name is Erica Bacher. I'm a grade 5 teacher at Calvin. I've been here, this is my 3rd year teaching. I've really enjoyed being here as a teacher and a parent. I have 3 girls in the school in grades 3, 6, and 8.
I was also a student here myself from kindergarten to grade 12, and I graduated in 2010, went straight to university to become a teacher, and then came right back to Calvin. There are many reasons why I wanted to come back to Calvin Christian to be a teacher. One of the reasons was because the school is my second home, and it just felt like this was where I was meant to be as a teacher, where God wanted me to be. The teachers here were just so phenomenal. So many of them were my mentors, people I could look up to, and I ultimately wanted to be able to pay that forward with my students. And I hope and I pray that I have been able to be a mentor to my students in multiple ways, to be able to support them during the good times and the bad times, just like my teachers were able to do for me.
Calvin Christian is a good fit for me professionally because of the Christian worldview. I've taught at a couple of Christian schools in the States, in New York and Minnesota, and I've always felt so blessed to be on a Christian school team. We carry each other's burdens and we celebrate each other's joys.
When I think about how God is working in our school, I think about the students and I think about how creative they are. I think about how they love to make art. And it's because we are made in God's image. We are image bearers of Christ. And we're born to create just as God created first.
I see God working at Calvin with the teachers who stay here decade after decade and keep pouring their hearts and energies into the school. I see God working here in the provision of new teachers who are excellent and work so hard to acclimate to the Calvin community and add so much to the excellence here. I see God working in new students coming, new families joining us. I really have enjoyed getting to know families who've joined us and who've come to Winnipeg from Russia and Ukraine and Nigeria, Bulgaria, all these different places. I feel like Calvin is a family and that we're always adding new members and learning more about God through each other.
I see God working and moving through the school, through my students when they do inquiry projects. As many of you know, I am big on hands-on learning in science, and especially with inquiry projects. With inquiry, students are encouraged to explore, experience, and evaluate all of life, specifically in science, under the Lordship of Christ. And there, students are able to dig deep with big questions that they might not have thought of answering before and questioning before, and they're given that time to do so. And when they give their final projects, they have their final presentation to turn in. There's so much effort and hard work poured into it, but also students come out with a new perspective, a new lens, and so much information to be able to pass along to other people and share. And everything is done with a Christian perspective, of course, and I have them connect that to the Bible. And so it's not just this is what the world says, but it's also this is what the world says and what God says about this as well.
Something I love about being a Calvin parent is all the opportunities to volunteer and be part of the community right inside the building. Before I was a teacher here, I was a volunteer for recess duty, and I got to make Dutch meatball soup with some moms in the kitchen, and just attending Soup and Skate and being part of the Calvin community in different ways. I always felt like I had a voice at the table.
I have the privilege of joining them, helping them, walking alongside them as they create beautiful pieces of art. And it's inspiring every day. It's inspiring to me, and it's why I continue to teach. It's why I am here, to be part of that process, to be part of what God is doing in this school as students create beautiful things. Because if we don't create, Christ says, then the rocks will cry out if we're not praising God. We are praising God every day by creating beautiful things.